My head's in the clouds.
Nice.
Yo, what's up, guys? It is the Anchor Podcast. We took 2 weeks off, didn't we?
We did.
I don't know why, I forgot, but anyways.
Well, we went away. So that was one
that
week.
was one, and life happens, I guess.
Yeah. And so we were off the other week. Busy for work. So work comes first because it actually pays me. And so, yeah, life happens.
So we're talking about, today's topic is mind games.
Mind games.
Mind
But what
games.
kind of mind games are you referring to?
In a dating aspect. So pretty much, the opposite sex playing games with your mind to either control the situation or be ahead of the game, right? As they call it. Because if you're getting mind games happening to you, if you have mind games happening to you, you're in the game. You're in their game, basically.
Right.
So mind games could be anything from like text messaging and, texting you at the beginning of the week and not replying till like later on, or
waiting like a week.
Yeah,
and then being
stupidity.
Like, I was busy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I've had a mind games happen to me before, and vice versa. Like I've done it when I was younger, though, I should say. Nowadays I don't like to play any games because it's just like a huge waste of time.
Well, we're older too. We're not at an age to be playing games, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So, or you would think that would be the case.
Or you think, and you'd expect otherwise, but it still happens from time to time, and you can't.
Right.
You can't help what others do to you, right? You can only help what you do to others. And sadly, some of them like to play games with you, like to play the mind games without even considering you.
Exactly.
So
so what would be like an example in your mind of a mind, right? No pun intended, of a mind game? Like, I would consider it to be like, I've been in situations where I've had like, I'll meet up with a guy, go on a date with him, everything goes well. And then like, he'll continue texting me, but it's like, I'll get a text in the morning of like, hey, good morning, how are you? And then I won't hear from him like throughout the whole day. Like the whole freaking day will pass. And then I get like a good night text. Or like time will pass and then I won't even get the good night text anymore. It'll be only the good morning text. Even if I try and engage in conversation, it doesn't lead to anything.
Wow.
And so then that makes me wonder, like, do they have a roster of people?
Of course.
Where it's like they're shooting out good mornings to everybody and good nights to everybody, and they're only engaging so much with certain people, or are they not engaging at all, but they kind of keep them around to have them so that it's like, oh, if I ever want to, hang out with Lisa, I can do that because I've engaged in a bit with her, but not enough, like enough, to say that I can keep her around. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that how you guys do it?
I know exactly
you
what
men
you mean.
do it.
Yeah. I think it goes for both, though.
Yeah, of course.
Especially nowadays, too. Women, they like to play the game, too, because they know, especially if they know they're pretty and they know they're good looking, and their mentality is, oh, he should text me. Oh, he should text me. But there's a certain extent, right? To a certain extent. I know men, you want them to be a gentleman, and you want them to be, the first one to text you, and they have to make a move. And I get it. But I think these days women go to past the extent they should go to. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, stop.
Right.
You've gone too far. So I think it can really go for both parties. Maybe more women these days than men. I don't know what you think about that.
I think men tend to play a lot of games.
But like I've had women, we go on a date or do whatever, and she goes, "Oh, I'm going to text you right when I get home. I'm waiting. Still doing my own thing, but like,
yeah,
I'm waiting for her call or her text because I like this girl.
Right.
And I end up like waiting all night, and then, you know, even the next morning, it's like there's no text, no call. And so I decide to message the next day. I'm like, hi. Like,
yeah.
Hey, it's
What
me.
happened
Remember
to
you
you?
said you were going to text me? I
Yeah.
don't say it, but it's like.
And do they end up texting you back? Like when you engage at that point?
Yeah, after a little while, they're like, oh, I had this something come up. Or, you know, it's that crazy excuse
Right.
like, oh my gosh, you know what? My Crayola crayons fell under my bed, so I had to go looking for them in my coloring book. I couldn't find it. And the
Yeah.
most ridiculous, stupid thing you can ever
Of
hear.
course.
Like, I've had them all.
Of
That's why I'm
course.
like bringing up the most ridiculous thing, like Crayolas and coloring books. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I've had them all. I've had those things happen to me, like pure stupidity. Like, you know, they're playing games with you.
Right.
You know, they just want you to text them. Even though they said they're going to text you, they're like, oh, watch, he's going to text me. He's going to text me. He's going to text me. And it's like, it's so like hurting.
Yeah, it's a bizarre type of behavior, in my
it's
opinion.
Annoying. It's like, girl, grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up, girl. But yeah, what else for you though? What's a mind game that you've experienced, maybe even recently? That
Now, most guys, because they're getting it so quickly, expect it from every single woman they go on a date with. And if you're not willing to put out on the first date, or you're not willing to give them something, unfortunately, a lot of them are not calling you on the second date, like for a second date, or a lot of them are not engaging in any conversation because they didn't get anything the first time around. And then unfortunately, you have women who are like, he doesn't respect me. And it's like, well, look at what women are doing. And how do you expect to be respected if you don't respect yourself?
That's right. And it might be cliche to say, but that's a truth.
Exactly. It's a massive truth.
Yeah.
And I know some women are going to be like, I'm not like that. And it's like, but you are like that. Like, I know a lot of women like that.
Yeah.
So, and I've heard it from a lot of women that might not even be people that I actually know, a friend's friend or an acquaintance or something. I know how the game works. I know how women work. You know, you have one expectation, but a lot of people, or a lot of women, I should say, think in their head like, oh, if I don't sleep with the guy, he's not going to call me, or oh, if I don't, you know, do a little something, he's not going to call me. And it's like, in most cases, that guy probably is not going to call you anyways after you do that. Like, because they're going to know that that's all you're kind of good for.
Yeah.
Because if I was a guy, I would think, well, if she's putting out this quickly for me, how quick is she putting out for everybody else?
Yeah.
And so with that comes the whole game of, well, the guy's going to keep her around and engage with her a little bit just for, you know, let me keep her on the back burner in case I want that again. And that's like another type of game that comes into play. Because now that woman is only being used strictly for that. And he'll sweet talk you and blah, 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 till it leads again to that whole sexual encounter. And then the game starts again. Am I wrong?
No. That's usually how it goes.
Like, is that how men normally do it? Because that's like what I see. Like when I look at it as an outsider and like looking into a lot of different situations and stories I've heard, like that's the mind games I see and the games that I see played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Mind games go as far as like, you know, even sometimes like picking up your phone and seeming like busy on your phone just to make the other person jealous or something. That's happened to me.
Really? And to me, that's
always
a turn
going
off.
on her phone, and it's also a turn off, but like going on her phone all the time. And like I was at one time I was like just playing, we were playing a game, and I was just like chilling, playing this game the whole time, not really paying attention to my phone because she's there, right? And she's just like off on her phone and like doing her thing, and then she'll put down her phone and make a little comment and whatever. It's like these silly little games that play with your mind. You know what I mean? It's like all psychological. And you can catch things like that, and I often do, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're here with me, right?
Yeah.
Don't make me feel a certain way just to gain control of the time we have together. You know? And that's happened to me a bunch of times before, and it's like texting games don't only happen when you're not with the person. Texting games can happen right in front of you.
Right.
It's like, you know, you want to try and make the person jealous, or who is she talking to? You want people to think that, or who is he talking to? You're always like, if I wanted to, I know I can play that game too. Like, I know psychologically you can really manipulate someone and really play with their head by doing these little things. So that's happened to me, and I was like, okay, whatever.
I normally call people out. So it's only happened to me twice where the guy was like on a date with me, and then he kept going on his phone, and I get super annoyed when people do that. Especially when it's only the two of us. If it's in a group setting, I totally get it. You want to check your phone, by all means. Even if it's one-on-one, even like if we're out like as friends and you're checking your phone, I'm like, whatever, he's checking his phone. The time, you know, a family member texts you, whatever. But when it's a constant back and forth, you're going on your phone, that's a loss of complete respect towards the person that you're with. So normally, I don't know, I'm such a B, but like I've called them such a B, and I've called them out and said, like, why don't you invite that person? Like, do they want to come? Do they want to come out with us? Because you fully have time for them to be talking to them. If they're that important, why don't you get her to come and sit with us and have coffee? The three of us can hang out. Like, why not, right? So in cases like that, it hasn't gone past the first date, because to me it's like super disrespectful. Like, it is not okay. And it's like, who the hell are you talking to? Like, to me, that doesn't intrigue me to figure out who you're talking to. At that point, I think you're a loser. Like, put your freaking phone away. We're not 20 years old anymore. Like, put your damn phone away. I don't care if you're talking to Juanita or freaking Michelle or whoever the hell. Talk to them later. You're out with Lisa right now. Focus. And so, like, my God.
Like, how about, being in a restaurant or being at a cafe, and the person, like, making eye contact with someone else in the same bar or restaurant.
My God, I've had that happen to me.
Me too.
Yeah. And I wanted to punch him in the throat. Like, I was so pissed off.
I wanted to pour my drink on her face. But I'm not like that. So I remember once, this was in the past, but I hope I don't get another girl ever like that again. But I wanted to do it back to her, like get revenge or whatever.
Right.
That's stupid. I didn't really do that because, like, I really liked her, but I saw her, like, making eye contact with another dude. It happened at a wedding.
Okay.
And so then I was like, whoa, this is happening like 5 minutes, like, straight. This girl's like peering into his soul. It's like,
wow.
There has to have been like some relations with you two for you to be like staring in this guy's eyes. And so I was like, you know what? If she can stare, I'm gonna stare at a pretty girl across the ways. Like, why not?
Right.
Anyway, she ended up seeing me do that.
Right.
Or her friend or whatever.
But, like, you're playing the game right now, aren't you?
After.
Okay.
After.
But you're admitting that you played the game.
Right there.
You fell into her game.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course. Because I was annoyed. I was like, who does this? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't want to look at anyone else. Like, I'll just look like this to see everybody, but I won't stare at another girl and be like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. She's so beautiful. Look at her.
Which is creepy if you're doing it that way.
Right? I did it purposely, which looked stupid anyways. But anyways, she ended up noticing, or her friend told her, whatever. And she sends me a picture when I get home of that girl and her boyfriend. And she's like, so you were looking at her all night, blah, blah, blah. And she started this huge war. And then after I was cheesed, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let her know why I did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you want to know why the reason I was doing that? And she was the one who was doing it first. And I'm like, you were the one who was looking at that dude at our table the whole time. So you know what? I played the same game you played, and it doesn't feel good, does it? Like when you stare at someone. So don't do that. So you know what? We were kind of both in the wrong, but you initiated stupidity. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, as they say these days, right? Like,
it's true.
It's ridiculous. So I hated that. And it's happened.
Did she admit to it?
No, she didn't.
So she
held back as long as she could. Like, she said this, if I didn't realize it and I didn't know.
Okay.
How can you not know staring at someone for that long? Yeah. Like, I've admitted to it.
Yeah.
Just admit to it. Like, come on. And I'm so over that. Like,
I know.
I'm not doing it anymore. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because there's one thing. Like, I get it. There's a lot of good looking men and women in the world, and you could appreciate somebody else's beauty. And no one has to walk around with, covers on their eyes like we're all a bunch of horses.
Yeah,
and
but she did that purposely to get at me, I believe. That was a mind game. She's staring at this guy for so long, and she wants me to notice and say something. I know it. Yeah, I know how she was. So
she wants you to get jealous and
she wants to be the number one, which she was. Like, I showed her a lot of attention.
Well, then that's an insecurity within herself, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And it goes beyond the whole mind game thing. It's just she's insecure. And that's a whole nother topic and ball game.
Yeah, but you were saying, what were you saying? Finish off what you were saying about the blind. We don't wear blinders. We can.
No, but like, it's one thing, like, I've been in relationships before and I've looked at other men, but I'm not staring them up and down. You look because they're attractive. You look at them. That's it. Like, that's it. And we all move on.
At the end of the day, people will look.
And that's fine. It's you acting
disgusting.
Well, that's it. How long are you looking for is the question.
Yeah.
And then if you're acting upon anything, if I take a glance at you and I'm like, oh, like Josh is a good looking guy, and then I like turn away, it's one thing. But if I'm staring at you like I'm ripping your clothes off with my eyes, it becomes gross and disrespectful.
Disrespectful is the big word I was looking for. Yeah. Definitely becomes disrespectful, and that's what happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to you as well.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I know one guy in particular it's happened to, where he deserved a couple of shots to the throat, but we're not going to mention any names.
No, we never mention names. Just we live and learn and forgive and move forward.
Exactly.
Try to.
It is what it is.
As much as we can.
Okay, so like, what red flags should we be looking out for when it comes to mind games? Like, you, from a perspective as a male towards women, and then maybe I could throw out some perspectives as a female as what I've noticed.
Okay, so for my men out there, right? So for my men out there, I would suggest you look for, the texting game. So texting, and if she replies late, and because it honestly takes 5 seconds to send a text. If she's replying the next day from like the morning before, and she's replying the next day, and it's a constant thing, that's definitely a red flag to look out for, because you're definitely not the only one she's texting, and she's just coming back at you to kind of keep you there as a roster, I believe. And this is not all the time, though.
Yeah,
this is not all the time. Let me just state that. But majority of the time, this is what you have to look out for. Okay, right. So if she's texting you the next day, and then it takes days to reply, and this is not something that you want for a future, especially. Do you want a person like that? Lack of communication. Right. So if she's playing that mind game, I suggest you step back and take a real good look and, put things into perspective. Yeah. So that's one thing. How about you? What's the thing for the women?
I think the same thing would apply for a female.
Yeah.
Definitely. How long does it take for a person to respond to your message? I get it. Life gets in the way. And sometimes in some cases, you're taking a little longer than you normally would.
Yeah.
But if it's taking you about 2 days to respond to somebody who asked you, how are you? Like, that to me is a major red flag.
Oh my gosh.
And what I've noticed with a lot of women is they tend to try even harder at that point. And that's what I want to like push, you know, not to try harder. If that person's only putting in 50%, you only engage 50%. And then you'll eventually see that it's going to die off. That's if you want to talk to that person, right? Like if that person isn't putting 100%, you really shouldn't be either. So I completely agree with you. I think men tend to play the same games as well.
Yeah, I think it goes for both.
Yeah, both
the
ways.
Exact same things happen for both players, right? The best thing you can do is remove yourself from the game board and just not play that game.
Exactly.
You know, don't stoop to their level.
Exactly.
Because it's very immature and it's outdated. No one wants to do these things anymore.
No.
It's old news. It's not cool anymore. So I don't like doing it.
No.
And if everyone just stopped doing it, the world would be probably a happier place.
Of
As,
course.
like, everyone's happy, everyone's kind, everyone's polite, everyone's considerate, everyone respects each other.
Right.
And I find that's very important these days. That's what you want. A person who's you know, kind, they have morals, integrity, and they won't do stuff like that.
Right.
And for me, also another thing is probably I never talked about this in this podcast, but gaslighting. Some people have it built in, but some people add it as an attachment. Like,
so true.
They turn it on whenever they want to play the game. It's like, okay, I'm gonna gaslight.
Well, it's a type of manipulation, right?
It is, and I've been gaslighted, and I think I spoke about this on another podcast, possibly.
Yeah.
But it's like we're at the bar, and she makes me think I'm looking at this girl or a couple of girls, like eyeing them down in the bar, and I wasn't really doing it.
Yeah.
And it kind of it like messed my brain up so much. I was like, I want to punch myself in the face just to see if this is reality right now.
Right.
Because I didn't think it was happening. I never thought like someone could do that to you, manipulate your mind like that, until I caught it. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I had to look it up, and I found out that it was gaslighting. It's an actual thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, whoa, this is crazy psychological warfare right now. Don't do that. Don't do that to another person that you like, guys. Come on, man. What has the world come to, right?
Yeah. Jeez! And don't put up with it. Don't put up with it if you're going through it.
Yeah.
Like, really observe the situation. Another type of red flag that I look for is like, do the words match their actions? Like, if they're saying one thing, do they follow through with the actions behind it?
Yeah.
So I could tell you, yeah, I really like you. Yeah, you mean a lot to me. But then I disappear for 3-4 days. Like, I've had guys do this to me where it's like, yeah, I like you. You're so pretty, blah, blah, blah. And then like 4 days pass, I don't hear from the guy. And it's like, something's off.
I think this person really likes me.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
A little too much, Too much.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
So that's when you got to look at it and think, well, if he claims to like me so much, when you're really into somebody, you're going to engage with them as much as you can because you really like them. So you want to keep them on your good side.
Yeah.
You want to build a relationship with them.
Yes.
Even if it's just start off with a friendship, you always want to be engaging. Okay, maybe not on a regular basis because, I get it. Life gets in the way. But in most cases, on a regular basis, because you really like the person.
If you like the person that much, and you
can't wait to talk to them.
That's just how it goes. Don't even say anything otherwise because it's not true.
Yeah.
If you like someone, that's it. There's no work. There's nothing that could get in the way of you meeting
you want to talk to them.
Yeah.
You want to see them.
Yeah.
You're gonna make time
you
for them.
Those buddies in your freaking stomach, the butterflies that are flying around. You just want to be around them all the time. They're just that person, and you feel it.
Exactly.
So you can't just not talk to them all day and just, life gets in the way, or it was work. I was too busy, so I texted you the next day.
Yeah.
That's so
didn't
stupid.
respond to you.
That's not right.
So that for me is a red flag in mind game. Like that people should look out for. This goes both ways, males and females.
Yeah.
When you're fully engaged with someone and you really like them, you're going to put the effort.
Yeah.
If people are not putting the effort, I'm sorry, you're a fill-in maybe, or maybe they don't like you that much. But yeah, when you really like someone, you're making that effort, even if it's something stupid to message them about. Oh, you forgot your plastic cup in the car. Just wondering if you still needed it.
Yeah.
Do you want this gum wrapper? I wasn't sure,
That's what makes you realize that person really likes you.
Exactly.
Even if they send even if they send your friend or their friend a text message telling you to text that guy that you met for the first time.
Yeah.
Something.
Exactly.
Something simple. Like tell him, I have a picture of him, or tell him I wanted to tell him I had a good night, or something like that. That goes a long way, I think, right?
Or add me on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That goes a long way, I think, too. That says it all. But so those are some red flags that we'd like you guys to take into consideration and look out for.
Especially the random ghosting, like the disappearing for like 5-6 days.
That's big. Don't fall into that trap. Don't even forward.
Yeah, don't engage.
No.
X.
That's it.
Exit.
Cut off, because you can tell what the future
Yeah.
is gonna hold for you.
Yeah,
You don't want
exactly.
that.
No.
And there's still a lot of good people out there, so keep fishing, man.
Exactly.
7 billion people in the world.
You could find one. Trust me.
Come on. Let's do it. Let's go. So I think that's it for today.
Yes.
We've gone through our mind games,
Our
and the
spiel.
in and outs of what to look for with the red flags.
And our experiences as well. So I hope that it's helped you guys out a little bit, or gave you some insight at least on what to look for.
Yeah.
And just eyes peeled, eyes open.
Eyes out. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Eyes out. Eyes out.
Watch.
So that's it.
Oh, there you
And
go.
We're coming to you, Liz and Josue. I've never called you Liz in my life.
No, you haven't.
Elizabeth, Lisa. But yeah, that's all we have for you today. We hope you like, comment, subscribe, and join us again for another episode real soon. Just, put your alerts on our YouTube. You can press the alert button, I think, and it'll inform you when a new podcast comes out, because I know we've kind of been out of the game for the last 2 weeks. So MIA.
Yeah.
So subscribe and all that, and even on Instagram you can put those bell notifications on our home pages, and I'll again let you know it when we post.
And share
and share with your friends.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you for watching today. And we will be back next Friday, hopefully.
Of 100% we're gonna be back.
100%.
100%.
Okay. We'll be back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye. And done. Close. Okay, stop recording this.
You stop recording.
Stop being a banana rama.
You're a banana rama.
I'm hungry again.
You're always hungry. Gosh, you were so hungry in Montreal.
Did you see how I ate like a pig?
You ate like a patat. I think we all ate like a freaking pigs.
Everyone's like, you should be like 500 pounds the way you eat. I do eat a lot though.
I eat a lot too though. I barely.
You're a guy. I'm a girl. I eat like I've never seen food before.
Yeah, but you're an Amazonian girl. Look at you.
What the F?
You're like super.
I'm 5'9".
Oh, you're super tall still.
I am tall.
Yeah.
I have a lot to fill.
That's right.
A lot to fill.
That's right.
Okay, bud. I want to change my clothes
So Josh is out.
to get my tennis game on.
You suck.
Okay, what are we gonna
Tennis
talk
sucks.
about next?
No, I'm joking. Tennis is okay. I just can't watch tennis. I'm not a big fan. They scream when they play.
Yeah, it gives them force.
I don't like it. I like playing it.